I was not a good CEO, and I still didn't know who CEO is. My daily life was I'm dispatch, safety, accounting, pretty much everything. Half of the time I was frustrated. People will not follow you, people will not trust you, you're not inspiring them. You guys know this iPhone. I hate it. I absolutely hate this song. So in 1 year, we added 8 million. People are saying that, Nick, you're much better CEO right now. King of meetings. But this is not the most important. I absolutely love my kids. We can have our hugs, kisses. We can have a breakfast together. I'm proud of who I am today. My name is Nick Chernomorets, and I'm owner of a trucking company. The name of the business is OCMC Trucking. We got around 115 trucks, 35 office employees. We're specialized on moving construction material. It's open deck division, flatbed, step deck. We're moving different kind of stuff for construction zones, job sites, anything what you can find at Menards or Home Depot. Or pretty interesting fact that I was a truck driver for 3.5 years. So after the first year, I got my own truck, and then 2.5 years I was an owner operator, and I started to get more and more trucks. But the interesting fact that in 3.5 years I had 2 big accidents. And why? Because I was a bad truck driver. Both times it was my fault. And I was like, okay, I'm not a truck driver. I need to do something else. And then I started to dispatch myself, call brokers, call customers. And I'm like, okay, seems like I'm a good negotiator. I have some communication skills, and I need to stop to drive as soon as possible before I injure myself or somebody else. And I better do business in trucking than just keep going as a truck driver. And that's exactly what I did. 13 years later, that's where we are. 115 trucks, I believe, right now. Yeah, something like that. My daily life was I'm dispatch, safety, accounting, pretty much everything. So you're waking up at 7 a.m., you start in 4 or 5 hours to cover all trucks. You as a dispatch have to make sure that they're all covered, they all got loads. And after that, you're starting to work as accountant, like you're starting to send invoices to your customers, you're starting like checking safety score and stuff like that. So it was pretty good experience, at the same time pretty stressful because of it's a lot of work, especially when you already got around, I would say, 10 trucks, and you still didn't realize that, okay, it's a moment when you have to start hiring people to help you, and it would help you to grow. I never went to like a business school or anything like, MBA, let's say, anything like that, any finance education I don't have. So everything was through some mistakes, my own experience. I wouldn't change anything. Yeah, I lost a lot of money, I lost a lot of, time, maybe even years, but I wouldn't change anything. It's my way and I love it. I started Business Booster back in 2024. It was November, and my revenue was $18 million. At this moment, we closed 2025 with 26. So in 1 year, we added 8 million. But this is not the most important. Let me tell you what the most important. I'm father of 3, and for me, the most valuable thing is time. And this is what I earned. It's not only $8 million additional of revenue, it's time which I can spend with my kids and my lovely wife. This is, again, the most valuable. My margin is better, my gross is better, more free time. It's a lot of changes, and I'm glad. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I'm still there, and I'll keep going. I would say 75% of my time I used to spend for operations and 25 as a CEO. If we're talking about what was 3-4 years ago, before I realized that I'm doing something wrong, it was 100% of operations. I didn't even know what CEO is supposed to do. So you can imagine 3 years ago, it was 100% of operation managers, and we became to the point where it's 10% of operations and 90% as a CEO. The huge part as a business booster just showed me who CEO is. So you see, I was in a bubble, right? What I call bubble is Chicago trucking. Up until now, a lot of people in Chicago trucking do not know who CEO is. And they are pretty much managers. They're covering everything. That's what I used to do. And what happened, I'm a marathon runner, and at one of the races, I met Dennis. He was a runner too. He's a triathlete actually. And he is the one who's telling me that his partner is planning to move to California for 2 months from Chicago. And then he is a triathlete. If he's a triathlete, because I was always in sport, I understand that he needs to swim, he needs to ride a bike, and he needs to run, right? And I'm like, triathlete and owner of the company. Hold on, maybe you're in different kind of trucking, or maybe you are not in transportation, and we're staying literally by the finish line. We're stretching after the race. And he's like, no, I'm in trucking. It's the same like you are. Truck, trailer, loads, brokers. And I'm like, one more time, you're a triathlete and your partner is triathlete who is moving right now to California for 2 months because of he wants to. He's like, yep. And I was like, there's absolutely no way. Give me your phone number. He gave me his phone number. We started to talk. And he told me about a business booster. And that's how it all started. He was right. It was truth. We started to talk. He's like, my workday is much shorter. I'm not dispatching my drivers. I'm not doing safety, nothing like that. And I'm like, wow, this is something wrong. Like this balloon, Chicago trucking balloon, didn't help me. I went out, I met Dennis, and then I realized that my life can be different because of when you're in balloon, you think that this is normal, and because of people who are around you, they're doing that on a daily basis, and you're like, okay, I'm doing everything right. But then when you're going out, for me out was San Diego, California, business board, and I was like, okay, here we are, and that's what I need, especially when I have 3 kids, when I want to keep growing as a marathon runner, and I need this free time. Again, for me, this is the most valuable thing. I was impressed by Danny's story. I was impressed by people who went to business board, and I'm like, that's exactly what I need. And I'm so glad I'm here, and it helped me. It truly helped me a lot. If you guys would ask me what made the biggest changes, it's definitely org chart. When people know where they are, people know what they have to do, they know VFP, valuable final product, right? They know our expectation, they know where to go if they have any questions. So this is something which I'm asking myself, how come I was doing business for like 12 years and I never had it? I mean, it's just like, you cannot compare it. The company before org chart and the after org chart, it's 2 different companies. People are not lost anymore. They know where to go. This is the biggest, and no excuses. I'm the one who never used it before. I was, as a CEO, as a founder, I was the biggest bottleneck because I never used it. After we started to using it, it's just a lot of changes. Challenges is to find the right words to make it real and make your team to believe that this way is the right way, that we are not the same company anymore. Guys, this is a moment when it's time for changes. Changes for me, changes for you, for everyone. This is not easy. You have to have this social skills. You have to know how to talk to people, and they're gonna believe you. Because I heard many stories where people are saying, oh, come on, we are not building Google here, or we are not building Netflix here. Why are we using it? Why do we need these tools? It's just Chicago trucking. You have to make sure that people believe in you, in your ideas, in these kind of changes. This is not easy. And I'm not the only one. I know a lot of company. I actually know the company who, after they started Business Booster, the whole team, the whole middle management, which is 6 people, were fired. Like they quit or they were fired. All of them. In my case, I would say I lost 25%, 30% of the people. I let them go because of they do not believe in these ideas. And I tried it multiple times. It didn't work. Okay, you have to let them go. This is the hardest part. I would say everything what you're studying, you have to explain it to the people. They have to believe you. They have to believe that this is the right way. What actually made a big difference when your team, your people see numbers, when everything is clear. First, I was like, hold on. Do I have to share net profit? Do I have to share gross with the people who I'm working with? It's kind of like something have to change in your mind from off to on, right? After I did on, I started to share ideas. I shared all numbers. It was weird first few days, but then I'm like, okay, hold on. Now we're all connected. We see the reality of the company. Because if people do not understand fully how much credit I got, they do not understand all responsibilities. I mean, their imagination just telling them that I'm, let's say, super rich and I can pay them more, or I can pay for something else more, let's say for like leads, target, or anything like that. But now they see numbers, they see reality, and now they trust me and the process more. Because it's not just, I'm telling them that, hey guys, this month we're short on money and please do not spend that much money on, I don't know, let's say again, marketing, right? Or something like that. Now it's clear, we're all on the same page, we're sharing goals, strategic goals, and we're going there. I was not a good CEO, to be honest with you. Why? Because half of the time I was frustrated. I know I see it right now and I'm super calm, but I was upset, I was frustrated, why? Because I was overloaded with the tasks, with the responsibilities, with the hours, which I spent in the office. And honestly, I do not see how come you can be a good CEO if you're deep in operations. It's impossible. People will not follow you. People will not trust you. People see that you are upset, that you have a bad mood. You are not smiling. You are not making jokes. You are not inspiring them. So this is not who I want to be, and hopefully you guys too. So me before Business Booster and right now, it's not just my opinion. It's people actually who are sharing, information with me. And sometimes I have a one-on-one meeting with my heads, with the middle management, and that's what people are saying, that Nick, you're much better CEO right now. I used to think that I'm planning to quit somewhere because of the weather. Let's say it weather in the office. It's not the best. The atmosphere is not the best right now. I want to stay here and I want to grow with you. So yeah, right now, I truly proud of changes which we made with Business Booster. I'm proud of who I am today, and I'm not proud who I was before. Again, it's not only about the numbers, it's about how you make people feel. For me, it's huge. I want people to come to the office, I want to enjoy, I want them to smile, and it used to be nothing even close to like that. I was not horrible, but I was not good as well. You guys know this iPhone? I hate it. I absolutely hate this song. And up until now, when I hear this iPhone song, I'm like, oh my gosh, I hate it so much. Because of every 3-5 minutes, I used to have this call. And it's not because of some good news. It's for sure if they're calling me, it's something bad. That's where I was at some point. It was back in 2020, 2021. Level of stress when I was deep in operations was bad. And obviously, it will affect your mood, it will affect your family. I was always trying to be husband and father when I'm at home, but you still cannot separate it, right? You still CEO, you still this manager who is covering all issues, all tasks, even when you're at home. Why? Because it's not just a grocery store which you can close at 5 p.m. and go home. It's trucking. They're going 24/7, And it doesn't matter how much you're trying to be a good husband and good dad at home, you still sometimes have to pick up the phone and answer the call. So it was pretty bad. Honestly, at some point, especially 2021, when the company was growing, and I still didn't know how to hire people, I still didn't know what is the middle management. It was pretty bad. I would say it was like a peak when the stress level was the highest. At this moment, I had around 25 trucks. So not a big company, not a big operations, but I was overwhelmed. Yeah, right now you cannot even like compare it. It's not even close. So the company is pretty much 4 times bigger and the level of stress is much, much lower because I have a middle management. Right now, drivers, they know where to call for which issues, which tasks. So yeah, right now it's different. And again, up until now, I'm asking, even in the office, it's something I'm sharing with you from me. Even in the office, I always ask people to have the phone on silent, because up until now I have this bad feeling inside of me when someone is ringing. I hate it. I always dreamed to be a marathon runner, but I never found the time for it because of you have to run a lot. If you wanna not just a finish marathon, if you wanna qualify to Boston, if you wanna, have a good time like 250, at marathon, you have to run a lot. And Dennis, the person who actually told me about a business booster, he used to work with our Ukrainian coach. His name is Alexei, and I started to work with him as well. And Alexei is telling me that, you have to wake up early, you have to run. And I'm like, there's no way, I don't have this time. And then he's like, so how come Dennis got this time? And Vitaly, his partner, got this time and you don't. Maybe you're doing something wrong. It was the second time when I was like, I'm doing something wrong. These guys are planning to go to California. These guys are running, again, riding a bike, swimming. What am I doing wrong? And I started to run. Right now, my morning starts around 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm running for an hour and a half. Then I'm coming home, waking up kids, we're getting ready and we're going do our stuff. So again, because of the business booster, because of their all changes right now, I can make my dream reality. Right now it's my reality. I have this extra hour and a half, 2 hours with the stretching and showering and everything, 2 hours for what I truly love, is running and being a marathoner. Tools which we started to use at my company and which truly changed my life of my company. And let's start from org chart. People know where they are. People know what are our expectations, what they have to do, where to go in case if they have some questions. Second is meetings. Huge as well. You want to be in touch with your heads, with management, right? So I have meetings on a weekly basis with each head, which is 6 of them. So it's pretty much every day I have 1, sometimes 2 meetings. You're sharing information, you're checking if we're following the plan, we're looking for bottlenecks. Also, we got a meetings, advisory council meetings. It's where all management and me, again, we're talking about the numbers, we're talking about the issues, bottlenecks. It's huge as well. So meetings like that, they made a big difference for everyone. It's synchronizing, right? We talk, we're sharing, people know where we are, where we need to go, what was wrong. It just truly changed our company. And again, communication between all of us. Number 3, I would say hiring. Hiring is different too right now because of we know who we need to look for some certain position. I mean, we used to hire, let's say, the good person who knows what this person have to do, but unfortunately, this person is not a manager. This person doesn't have strategic thinking, critical thinking. Every time when we're looking for the person, especially if it's a middle management, we're going on much better like play straight in the dot, straight where we have to go, because of it. It used to be different. It used to be like, okay, what did we do wrong with HR that this person is not making what we expected? The answer is we hired the wrong person. Simple. And again, this is something which Business Booster explained us. There's a huge difference between the manager, the supervisor, and just a specialist. A huge difference. Hard skills could be the same, but thinking and soft skills are completely different. So to finalize org chart number 1, meetings and coordinations between all of us, one-to-one stuff, which is an all team. And number 3 is hiring. Hiring is much better right now. So 3 things which changed our company for sure. In my head, there were nothing like org chart and nothing like that. So we little by little, we started to change it. And we're like, okay, this person is a supervisor. Maybe it would make sense to take some responsibility from this person, and now this person can be fully supervisor, the manager, and cover the more important things than just, let's say, look for the load, right? This is how we all started, and we started to put people to the right places. We started to check if we have assistant of the head. What is the assistant responsible for? What is the head responsible for? And little by little, we started to do that. Right now, I got, like I said, 7 divisions. And right now, it works great. It works amazing. To be honest with you, I didn't even realize that it's gonna make such a big difference. I was like building it. Why? Because of Irina is telling me what to do. She's my coach. I'm like, this was eye-opening. The way my team, first team, when I showed it all, I had a presentation. They were like, okay, what is that? Like, again, are we Netflix? Are we Google? Are we Meta? And I'm like, no, guys. You know, for our size of the company, 30 people, at this moment it was around like 80 trucks. We're big enough to build the org chart. We have enough people to make it, and I calmed them down. They started little by little to use it, and then later I was like, wow, it truly works. First, I didn't even know why we were doing that. Again, I respect coach. I was always, in sport. For me, if coach told you something to do, I'm doing that. And I'm glad I believed in Irina and what she's telling me to do. To be honest with you, when she was telling me what to do, I was like, okay, I'm doing that, but why am I doing that? But later, it was eye-opening, the way it works. It works amazing. Like, we're using it every single day. Even sometimes when people are asking, okay, we have an issue. Let's say we got an accident, and this time it's not a typical accident. It's something more. And people, before they go into me and asking me who is responsible for it, they're going to org chart. And in org chart, it clearly says that, let's say, if we have some injury, right? The driver is not feeling good. He's not calling fleet manager anymore. He is calling to HR, because of HR is the one who has to calm him down, make sure he's safe, and she needs to find the emergency. So something like that. Before it was like, okay, who can help me? So it works amazing. Right now it works truly amazing. After we already set up everything, I kept, because we all have habits, and because of my habit and because of I used to do it like, okay, who's responsible for it today? And when we had this coordination, when we had this meeting with Irina, I was like, okay, we have this task. Who's responsible for it? Who's covering this issue, this task? And she's like, Nick, go to org chart. So, and we had these kind of situations a few times. Nick, go to org chart. This was the final push where I was asking myself who is responsible for it, and it was a simple question because of everything was there. Nick, go to org chart, just like a reminder. And this was a final push for me when I realized, okay, this is very, very useful tool. But even for you as a CEO, as a human, you're still gonna go with a habit which you used to have for many years, and you still will be like not sure who's responsible for which functions, for which tasks. Irina, she made it clear. After, she's like, go to org chart, go to org chart, go to org chart. And I'm like, okay, now I'm going to org chart. It's just a habit which you have to change. Yep. Middle management is using a lot of org chart because of up until now they're asking again where I am, who is responsible for what, and we're using it on a daily basis. I mean, you can imagine pretty big operations, right? 115 trucks, amount of loads which we're moving, amount of situations which are there, and up until now, middle management on a daily basis, because of these new situations, new tasks, they're going there and they're checking where I should go and who is gonna answer my question. So we're using it a lot. Also, when we have meetings as well, coordinations, people need to know how deep they can go with the conversation. It helps a lot that middle management, they know who is on the same level with them, and with these people, they can share bad information. They can share fails, their mistakes, and it helps a lot. So if you're thinking, okay, can I talk with this person about the issue, what you're actually doing, you go into your chart and you're like, okay, it's the same level, I'm going there. But you cannot talk about the same issue with the people who are lower at this org chart. So it actually helps during the meetings as well. The biggest thing after we started to use the org chart is just people, they know where they are. It's huge. People are now not just, I am dispatch. There is a title, your head, or your supervisor, which is lower than head, or you're just a dispatch. There's not just a bunch of dispatchers and there's one guy who is the most experienced and the most responsible. No, there's titles. People like it. People realize that, okay, actually I'm head of division. And I like it because I worked at this company for 4 years, and now I'm head. I'm not just the most responsible dispatch. People have a title and they like it. They grew there. Then we got 2 more supervisors, let's say, in the same division, which is a sales dispatch division, and they're like, oh, okay, I'm supervisor. It motivates people as well. It's not just to make it clear and people know where to go and what the VFP, what the functions. No, it's also made a big difference for people, for their motivation, for inspiration. They see where they are. They have a title. I'm head of division. Is huge. Also, do not forget that people who are lower, now they see where they need to go. And they see if you'll make it fair, if you'll make it right, people will see that, okay, he is at the right place because of he's responsible, motivated, his experience. If I will have everything like he got, I can go higher as well. And it motivates them. Before it was just like an ocean of dispatchers, ocean of sales, and people didn't know where to go. Now, when we made it clear, they clearly see where to go. All right, let's talk about the meetings. We started to do meetings, I would say 6-7 months ago. And since then, a lot of changes as well. Why? Because of now we're all synchronized. Now we're all know what the issues, and more than that, what actually brought one-to-one meeting, because that's how I started. One-to-one meeting with the head of division made a big difference. Why? Because of first, people are not calling you anymore. They know that they will have their hour, 2 hours a week where they can ask you any kind of questions. What they're doing, they're writing down all questions and everything what they want to ask you. If you're not gonna have the scheduled meeting, people will call you, people will text you, they're gonna knock to your door for any kind of questions, and your day will be a mess. Right now, they have a list of questions. They know that they will have these hours, hour to 2 hours, and we can talk about it. Also, We have her even like emotionally because of the one-to-one conversation with the head of division with a closed door. Because of I can even ask like, how are you? It's not only about what kind of issues we had. Tell me how many accidents we had or how many loads we booked. No, I can ask, how are you? How is everything? So sometimes we talk about a life. Obviously, it shouldn't take the whole hour of your conversation, but emotionally, which we're much, much closer. And it may one-to-one meeting made a big difference. Advisory council meetings where we're talking heads, all heads and me, we're talking about the bottlenecks, about the issues, about our plans for the future. It made a big difference too, because if people didn't even know what kind of issues each head of division have. And the staff meeting is big too. It's meeting number 3, which I'm using right now. Let's make it clear. One-to-one with each head, advisory council meeting, all heads and me, and staff meeting once in a month, the whole company. Anyone can join. And this is big too. Why? We talk about what was done in the previous month and we're telling where we're going next month. But this meeting for people, the whole team, just to show what me as a CEO and heads are doing. Because let's just say, there's a simple example. I remember the feedback after the first staff meeting where people called me, the heads of different divisions, they called me and they're like, I never knew that marketing and PR is such a huge thing. I thought that marketing is just to post a picture on a social media. And I was like, no. So you can imagine that people underestimating their work of another person doing if they don't know anything about it. It's just a normal, natural thing. So now people understand how important each position, they know what we're all doing. So after a staff meeting, people are going to the next day more inspired with a good mood. They know what was done and where we're all going. It's big too. So 3 meetings each brought something special and something very, very important, which I love. Again, I cannot imagine how I live without this tool before. Honestly, when I'm saying that 90% of the time I'm CEO, out of this 90%, maybe 50, maybe even 60 meetings. You're just coordinating people. It's a lot. Like I have meetings with my team. I have meetings with, different kind of like customers, with lenders. My daily basis, it's like meetings. It's all the time meetings. I like the way it works. You are not going there and you are not covering the issue. You are not doing the task. You are telling them if they don't know, you're telling them how to do it and they're going and they're doing it. For my team, for some of them, it's still something new and they're still like, wow, when are we gonna work? It's a lot of meetings. But, even on a Christmas party, I got a present, like a small gold cup, a king of meetings, and for me, I'm proud. It was a joke from my team, but I'm proud of myself. It means, okay, I made a lot of changes and I'm totally fine with the name King of Meetings. You know what made a big difference? End of 2025, when I showed numbers. Guys, it seems like you are not working because of a lot of meetings. By the end of the year, it's additional $8 million. We're better at RPM, which is a rate per mile. We're better at gross revenue. We're better at net profit. We hired a lot of new people. Our team is stronger. And now I feel like my team trusts me more, again, because of there's numbers. Numbers like a proof of what we are doing. These meetings is the right thing to do. If we are talking about our staff meeting, the big meeting where all employees, office employees, people just didn't know what's happening in the company. They're pretty much coming to the office, they're doing their things, what they have to do, and they're just going home, which is obviously not motivating them. They don't know the whole team, they don't see them, because of some people work outsourced, some people work in the office, they don't have any connection. It feels like at some point these people would just quit because of they doing their small thing in the company. Let's say they're making on a daily basis invoices, right, to the customers. But when you see the whole picture, when you know people, you know who to talk to, you know where to call, you know who is responsible for what. You see goals, where we're all going. You see what was done. It's just people want to work at this kind of company where everything is clear and they know that at some point they can grow. This is big. If we are talking about a staff meeting, the big company meeting, again, talking about one-to-one, for me, big changes because of I'm not constantly answering the phone call. For them, they just feel much closer to me as a CEO. I spend less time in the office right now, but my connection with the heads much better because of these one-to-one meetings. And talking about the council advisory meetings, it's just amazing because we are sharing all information. People like, okay, are you planning to share net profit with us? Are you planning to share gross with us? And I'm like, yep. So they see all numbers, we're all synchronizing, we're all brainstorming because of their, let's say, head of HR department is telling us that we don't have enough, let's say, drivers. And we're all thinking what needs to be done from the dispatch side, from the safety side, marketing side to hire more people. Or we started to lose a lot of drivers. Why there is a turnover? And we're all together checking where the bottleneck. And this is amazing. It's just synchronizing. It's something which we never had before and something which we definitely were missing. Before and after is huge. All 3 meetings, I absolutely love, made a big difference. Talking about hiring, big changes again. Why? Because of I was going back to Irina, to my coach, with a feedback. Let's say we hired someone 2 weeks later. I'm like, something is wrong, something's not right. I don't know how to make this person actually do what she has to do. Like the expectations and reality is different. And we're like, okay, let's check who you guys hired. Tell me about her. I was sharing information. I'm telling the way she's doing it, the way she's thinking. And Irina was like, congratulations. You hired the wrong person. There's no way this person will actually make what you guys expected. I actually asked Irina to create their avatar. What is the avatar? And she did it for me, and it's absolutely amazing. Before any interview, I'm reading it. It's like instruction, who the person's supposed to be. Let's say responsible, 3 years of experience in the industry, critical thinking, communication skills, and you're reading it before the interview. So you can make your mind to set if this is the right person or not right person, and you're asking the certain questions to get their answers. It was a big challenge. Again, thank you, my coach, thank you, Irina, for creating this document. We're using it, me and HR, we're using it all the time. It was very useful. So right now, talking about hiring, we just know who we need to hire because of we see on each division, on each position on the org chart, what the person needs to have inside, what kind of skills this person have to have. It makes a big difference. It's just sometimes you're hiring wrong people only because of you don't know who you need to hire, which skills the person's supposed to have. And Irina, she made it clear. It made a big difference as well. We used to focus more on the hard skills and on experience. And right now we're focused more on the soft skills. Why? Because of you can teach. You are not able to change the person. If person is toxic, if person is not disciplined, not motivated, most likely you will not be able to change it. It doesn't matter how much experience the person have. It's great that this person have experience, but this is not the most important thing. For me, eye-opening moment was pay attention first to soft skills, and you will be able to teach. You will be able to, with some time, with experience, this person will be a good professional, good manager. So for me, it's an eye-opening moment. It used to be like that. 60% of hard skills, 40% of soft skills. Right now it's different. Right now we pay attention more to soft skills compared to hard skills. And again, why? Because we are reading the document, the avatar of the person who we will hire. And there's more information about the soft skills than the hard skills. Experience, it's not the most important thing. Soft skills. This is the eye-opening moment. After we made some certain rules before and after, I saved a lot of time because of I'm not everywhere anymore. I was on each interview. I never even asked myself if I have to be there. I'm the owner of the company. Obviously, this person will work and I have to be there. But now, not anymore. Because of HR, she got enough experience. She is good enough to make decisions and hire the people who are lower on the org chart without me. So I saved a lot of time. Another thing which I never knew about it before the business booster is, let's say we got the org chart. I'm CEO on the top, then we have a head of division. You cannot make decision as a CEO to hire the person who is lower on the org chart under division without the head of division. Why? Because of who is actually gonna work with this person? Head of division. You cannot make this decision for her. A lot of owners of the companies, a lot of owners of business, they're the one who will make decision we need to hire this person or not, even without asking the head of division. Again, right now, for me, it looks so obvious and it looks like some nonsense. You are not the one who is going to deal with this person. Head of division is making decision if this person have to be hired. If it's a wrong person, then the head of division will bring the bad result. And you as a CEO will ask why numbers are bad. Why? Because of I hired the wrong person. So it's their responsibility. They're dealing with the people who are lower on the org chart. CEO, owner of the companies, founders, do not make decision who needs to be hired lower than head of division. I never thought about it, but in the end of the day, the head of division can tell you, you hired this person, so now the result is not there. Do not ask me about the result if I didn't work with this person. You are the one who is hired. I never even thought about it. Right now, it looks so obvious. My daily life, what changed? First, I see my kids in the morning, which I absolutely love because of my day used to start before they even wake up, which is at 7 o'clock in the morning, I was in the office. Right now, my day starts at 9 and I'm able to wake up early, run, do my hobby. I absolutely love running. Second, I can wake them up. We can have our hugs, kisses and everything. I absolutely love my kids. We can have a breakfast together. Then I give them a ride to a school bus. We spend time together. And then I'm going to work. It was different. Before I wake up early, I'm going to the office and I start my day at 7 a.m. More than that, now I'm not done at 5 p.m. I'm done at 4 p.m. in the end of the day, and I'm able to pick up my kids from daycare and go with my daughter to dance classes. She's doing ballroom dancing, or I'm able to pick up my son and go to gymnastics. Now it's just more time for my hobby and for my family. And the most important thing, I am more productive. I work less and I'm more productive. This is the big difference. We have a rule right now with my wife. Once a week we go on a date. Right now it's not about a business, it's about a personal life. Do not forget that you're husband and wife, you are not just a parent. Very important. Highly recommend. Go sometimes on a date, and that's what we're doing with my wife as well. We never had this time before. Why? Because of Nick, me, always overwhelmed and with the phone. Even if we were trying to go somewhere, I'm still on my phone. Love, please give me a few minutes, let me talk, and I'll be back with you. Right now, we can have our date once a week, 2 hours, just me and her, talking, sharing, just amazing. More time. For me, there's nothing more important than the time. Big goal this year for me is we're moving actually to a bigger building, and now we're gonna have our own maintenance repair shop. By the way, it was a strategic goal for 2025, and I signed the lease on December 30th, right at the finish line. I was like, okay, this is cool. In the end of the year, we signed the lease, and 1st of March, we are moving there, and it will be a big challenge for us because of now we would have to build repair shop. It's something new, I never had experience with that. So this is, if we're talking about the next year, We want to be bigger, talking about the amount of assets, amount of trucks, trailers, drivers, employees, office employees, talking about a gross revenue, RPM, all numbers have to go higher. Plus, we have to build our own shop, which is a lot of investment, time, and money. This is if we're talking about 2026. Talking about the big goals, to be honest with you, if you would ask me for the next 10 years, I want to have a big company. I would say at least 300 trucks. I want to keep doing what we're doing. It's construction material. It's a flatbed. To have a big company and break stereotype that with the quantity, quality is going down. I'm sure, and I'm the one who is ready to break this stereotype. If you have right people, if you're right COR, if the corporate culture is there, if motivation is there, all numbers, all metrics, KPIs, and everything else, with the quantity, quality can be there. I'm the kind of person who do not need a quantity without a quality. And I remember when I used to have 20 trucks, people were telling me, okay, 5 more, 10 more, and you will not be able to keep the same quality. Every 10, 15 trucks, friends of mine are telling me, this is a moment when quality will go down. It's not going anywhere up until now. 115 trucks, quality is still there. Our customers, our drivers can prove it. Go on Google Map, go to Trustpilot, go anywhere and check it. And this is my goal. I want to be big and I want to keep the same quality. Talking about the customers, talking about their corporate culture and everything else. Quality over than quantity. So big goals, 300 trucks, big projects, big contracts with some manufacturers, super high quality, good corporate culture again. Am I planning to sell the company? Again, Business Booster changed my thinking about it. I used to take it as a kid. For me, OCMC, my company, it's initials of my parents. OCMC is something which I'm building since I was 22 years old. And for me, it was something like, no, it's my kid and I would never sell it. Right now, with a Business Booster, it's a little bit different. If someone would offer me right amount of money, I would sell it and I would open a new trucking company, or I would go and do something else. But right now, I take it more as a business than as a kid, which I love. Why? Because I do not want in the end of my life think that the only project which I made and the only product which I made was OCMC trucking. I want to build something bigger than that. That's why I don't take it as a kid anymore. A few advices to people who are actually struggling with being overwhelmed, with being just too deep in operations. It's a lot of tools. I don't know. I cannot imagine. I can tell right now, guys, start with an org chart or start with meetings or start with right hiring, but it's a lot. I would not be able to do it without the book, without their Business Booster. So I don't know. I can tell a few tools, but I'm not sure if it's going to be useful. It's much easier to go with a company as a Business Booster who would just teach you what to do and you would just start to be a true CEO, true founder. Because if you're deep in operations, you are not a CEO. Even if you're calling yourself CEO, you are not. It's the same like recruiter cannot call himself as HR. HR and recruiter is two different things. The same if you're a manager and you're a CEO, it's two different things. So for you to become a true CEO, you need to start using these tools. How you can know about these tools without a company like Business Booster or without any other business school, I have no idea. I intuitively didn't get there. Maybe there's some very, very talented people who can do it. It's not me. I learned everything, I'm using it, and that's why I am where I am. Guys, just if someone is thinking that, or it's a lot of money, the only regret with which I have, it's not about the money. It's about why I didn't do it before. This is a regret. It's not about the money. For me, it costs, every dollar which I spend, it's totally fine, again, because of right now, much, much less stress. and much more free time, which I can spend with my family. I really don't know how to give any advices other than go and learn who is true CEO, go with Business Booster and just go for it. I mean, I would not think that, or it's a lot of investment. It's so worth it. You will see that return will be much higher. If for you the most important is money, not time, like for me, trust me, you will make more money as well, because I'm making more money right now than back in 2024, where in 2023 when I was overwhelmed. So I worked more, I was making less. It's a win on money, it's a win on time. Is it easy? It's not easy. You have to stay disciplined. If I would have to compare, it's the same like you're going to the gym. Can every person wake up early in the morning and go and work out? No. But in the end of the year, you feel in a great shape, you're feeling better. It's the same. If I would have to compare, just imagine that for 1 year with a Business Booster, you have to wake up early and you have to go to the gym. It's pretty much the same. You have to stay disciplined. Sometimes you don't want to do that, but you have to. It's your own investment in yourself.